The medical examiner is still working to identify all of the victims in Sunday's deadly fire in the Bronx.
We are learning more about the victims of the fire through their neighbors and family members. And joining us this morning for a very tough interview is Haji Dukuray, who lost 5 members of his family in this fire. So, Mr. Dukuray, thank you so much for being here and during such a difficult time for you and your family. And let us just offer our sincere condolences on the loss of 5 of your family members.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me this morning.
So, Mr. Dukureh, let's begin with this. The fire claiming the life of your niece and her entire family. I want to remember them first and foremost. What can you tell us about them? When did they arrive here from Gambia, and how long have they actually lived in the Bronx in that specific building?
First of all, like I said, I want to start by thanking you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak about my family, my niece, Haja, her husband, Haji, and her 3 beautiful children. My niece she's lived in the U.S. for about 15 years, and she lived her entire life in the United States at that building. Unfortunately, they all perished in the unfortunate incident that happened with the fire a few nights ago.
Yeah, and you look at those children, so full of life and had so much ahead of them. Can you tell us a little bit about the kids?
The kids were always fun and joy to be around. They were actually the center of their life. My niece was, she actually stayed home. She was a stay-at-home mom to take care of the kids. The son, Mustapha, was just an amazing boy, and almost all the neighbors know him. I'm hearing stories about him right now, going around knocking doors during the fire to help people.
Yeah.
I couldn't confirm that, but I was not surprised. I mean, he has that type of personality. It was just so much fun to be around.
Yeah, there was an article that was in one of the papers that really spoke about that 12-year-old boy going around, knocking on doors to alert the neighbors and really make sure that they all got out. And that could very well have been your nephew. And if that is true, I mean, what a hero. And that just goes to speak to his personality, right?
Absolutely. I'm not surprised if that was him. I couldn't confirm it, but I will not be surprised at all.
So where did your niece and her family live? Which floor did they live on?
They live on the 11th floor. I'm sorry, on the 19th floor. They live on the last floor of the building.
Wow, they live on the last floor of the building.
Right.
Any idea if they had ever complained about any issues in that building prior to this weekend's fire?
Not really. I mean, the building, as far as we know from an outsider's perspective, seemed to be a very safe building. I've personally known that building for over 30 years. And we've really not had any complaints, just minor issues here and there. But for the most part, the landlord will take care of it, and they'll move on. No serious complaints at all.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They lived on the 19th floor, so far from where this fire started. There must be so much frustration for you and your family, knowing that it was a faulty door that may have led to all that smoke heading up to the higher floors above them.
Right. That's the information we received, because when I first received the call and I was told that the fire was on the 3rd floor, I said, okay, it's unfortunate, but I think they must be safe.
Yeah.
So it was really shocking. And when we first received the news that, well, they've confirmed 2 of the children have passed, it was like, okay, Jesus. We started asking about the rest and learned that the 3rd one passed until yesterday we received confirmation that both my niece and her husband, they both also passed and perished in the fire.
I'm just so sorry for what you are going through, and I can't even imagine the thoughts, because you're right. You think about the floor that they lived on, hearing the news, and what we're understanding is that because of the doors that were open, some of that smoke went up the stairwell, acting like a chimney, really, to the top floor where they were. Now, we do also understand, sir, that some families, and maybe you're going through this yourself, are concerned about not being able to observe Muslim burial customs. So is anything being done to help some of the families? Do you know about some of these situations? Are you going through it?
Well, we've not personally gone through that yet, and but we are very much concerned about that. We're having a family meeting today, and we did congregate at the local mosque yesterday, which is always the center of our community, and that was brought up, and we wanted to make it clear to the authorities what some of the priorities are and what are some of the rights. And we wanted to make sure that those were taken care of.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are worried also about how to help support in some of these situations. I mean, you have to bury 5 different members of your family. Is the city, have they reached out to you to offer the support to figure out ways to pay for this moving forward?
Well, the city, the elected officials actually have been extremely supportive. The mayor has been there a couple of times. They've spoken to groups, not directly as individual. I mean, so many things are happening right now at the same time, so it's really hard to sort out things. And I know the Gambia Youth Organization created a GoFundMe page, and lots of helps are coming out there. But the very first thing, honestly, my family is focused on is how to make sure we get the body and to make sure we have them in our hands, and we can think about how we're going to bury them, whether we'll bury them here. Maybe this would be their final resting place, or we'll take them to our original home.
Has that been a struggle? Have you been able to, is there an issue getting the bodies right now from the medical examiner?
No, so far there's been no issues getting the bodies. I mean, they've contacted us, they let us know that the bodies are there, so we've contacted the local funeral home through our local mosque that I've worked with the funeral homes before, so we don't foresee any issues with that at all.
And I can imagine that they still have family members still living in Gambia. Have you been able to reach out to them, and have you been able to share this news with them about the passing of your niece and her family?
Absolutely. As we were speaking now, my phone just rang. My younger sister is with my elder sister, whose daughter it is. They're just calling me now as it is, and I'm able to speak to the family. It's been tough, but we have faith on our side as Muslims. We learn to accept such tragedies, unfortunately, as it is. But they are hanging in there. They are hanging in there. I will be calling them as soon as I get off this call.
Well, they're lucky to have somebody like you, because you are showing a heck of a lot of strength through all of this. And if we can provide any help or assistance with you along the way, please let us know. We want to help you along with this. And again, we are offering our deepest condolences to you and your family.
Thank you. Thank you so very much for having us.
Yeah. God bless you and your family.
Same to you. Thank you.
Oh, I can't even imagine just seeing those children and being a parent. It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
To see that.
It's absolutely very, and the thing right now is that New York City is doing everything it can, wrapping its arms around that kind of community and that family right now. And that's what New Yorkers know what to do. They really step up in the moments of need.
Yeah, and if you want help and you want to find charities to donate to the victims of this Bronx fire, you can find them on our website, PIX11.com. You can donate clothes, supplies, or money, whatever you can do to help. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's emotional. And you know what? This is a real moment for New York City to open their hearts and help in every way they can.